From a look at the home of the Patriots. The scene a few moments forward as both teams made their way out of the battle between the Buffalo Bills. To get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're under.
Drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now it's Rudolph. And his throw is incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now Saquon Barkley finding some room at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Boy, Saquon Barkley, nothing short of electrifying with a football in his hands, and he showed off one of his biggest attributes on that one, and that is his speed. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rudolph. And that is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is Micah Hyde. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Saquon Barkley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
17-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. First down, they stick with Singletary. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourself.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. They're going to go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's got room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. We'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Bills nothing. Youngway Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Throwing on second and long. Allen. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. He missed on his first three passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. And
he can't escape, and down he goes. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Bills, nothing.
Catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And he's able to find Diggs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
The Bills on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Up to his own 17-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
This is Barkley. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down and then some. 36 yards.
1st down, Bills.
Allen to throw once more. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Facing a 2nd and 3, ball on the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll try the air now. Here's Rudolph. Rudolph loses the football. It's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bills shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, it's Allen. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Allen again. Eluding the pressure right. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So, in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before the break. Rudolph into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
57, Mike, 57.
They'll go to Barkley again. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, they continue to do so because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Barkley on the counter. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On second down, Barkley. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 yards there and a first down. With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
And down inside the 15. That time and another first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole. And then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off. But you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Rudolph looking to throw. Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. On the run, it's Barkley. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and the Bills will move the chains. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. The gun, Allen. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Allen. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, 4th quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
We're about to find out. Will try again on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Play action, Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen going deep for Diggs. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen looking again for Diggs, and this time he's got him. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there, first down. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
What a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. And he fends him off. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, and their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now this time, Allen will throw. Left side caught by Diggs. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense is very happy with what you're doing.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think that's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
To throw is Allen. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard.
2nd and 4. Again with Barkley. There he goes, left side. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. Well, we've had some great running backs in the NFL the last decade or so. And Saquon Barkley might be among the smoothest of them all. What a heck of a run right there.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Allen. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by James Bradbury. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Patriots, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.